Hey guys, welcome to Hyperspeed. This is my first video I'm posting. So this channel is mostly an automotive channel. I'm going to do a bunch of different car rankings, hopefully some car reviews, and I'll try to do some other things. It's going to be more like a vlog, so I might be doing vlogging about cars, it could be about something else, and I hope to also talk about cryptocurrency as I'm pretty heavily invested into that. So today's video is going to be about the top 10 sports cars that you can get under $30,000. So without further ado, let's get into that. So coming in at number 10 is the Nissan 370Z. So the 370Z has a 3.7 liter V6, it has 332 horsepower and 270 pounds-feet of torque, and that gets the car to 60 in 5.2 seconds, which is actually not too bad considering how large of a car it is. So I think the 370Z looks pretty cool, but there are a few reasons why it comes in number 10 on my list. So first and foremost is the price. This car is literally right under $30,000, and that's with the base with almost nothing added to it. So if you want to add an automatic transmission, you're automatically over $30K, and considering how many options you have to add to get anything you want, it's going to be really hard to get a 370Z below $30K. The other negative about this car is the fact that it has not been updated for a long time, and this means that the interior especially looks kind of old. That being said, the Nissan is still a great car, however, I just do think that there are some better options out there. By the way, in case you guys have not noticed, I am using my computer to film this, and as it's getting more dark outside, it is getting way more grainy, so I'm sorry about that. I will be investing in a proper camera in the future, so look forward to that. Okay, so coming in at number 9 is the Fiat 124 Spider. So first off, the 124 Spider is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I did an internship at the McLaren Design Studio for about a month, and while they hate to admit it, they do look at Italian cars, and Fiat is definitely something they like to look at. So one of the best things about the 124 Spider is the price. It starts at $25,000. However, you can get the Abarth version at $28,000 and still have almost every option you want. So the 124 Spider has 160 horsepower, 164 if you get the Abarth version, 184 pounds-feet of torque, and gets itself to 60 in 6.3 seconds. However, a straight line is not really where the 124 Spider is at its best. It's around the corners, it's one of the best road carvers out there. Okay, so on to number 8, the Fiat 500 Abarth. One of my personal favorites, actually. So the best part about the Fiat 500 Abarth is the sound it makes. So thanks to Everyday Driver, they have a clip of the car just driving, just raw noise, and I just want to play it for you guys. So as you guys can see, it sounds amazing. There are some things I don't love about this car, such as the sitting position. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like you're kind of sitting upright, but that sound just overtakes everything in my opinion. So the Fiat 500 Abarth costs $21,000. It has 160 horsepower and 170 pound-feet of torque, and it gets to 60 in 6.9 seconds. Okay, so coming in number 7 on this list is the Ford Focus ST. The Focus ST is one of those traditional hatches, front-wheel drive. You can even get those two wheels off the ground, doing a tight corner. Does even have some torque steer. So the Focus ST is $25,000. It has 252 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque, which is pretty high. and gets to 60 in 6.3 seconds. Okay, so coming in at number 6 is the Mini Cooper S. I've been in this car a few times. It is so much fun. The sound this car makes when shifting gears, it's like this amazing just pop in the exhaust. And it's just great. It's great around corners. It grips really well. Just an exciting all-around car. Okay, so here's just a quick clip from performance drive on the Mini. So as you guys can see, pretty exciting car, pretty exciting sound. So the Mini Cooper S has 189 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque, and it'll get to 60 in 6 seconds. So at number 5 on the list is the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Now the GTI is the elder statesman of the hatchbacks, and it's been around for such a long time. You can't really go wrong with the Golf. The only reason I don't have it higher on this list is I feel like there's some cars that are a little bit more exciting. However, there really is no weakness with getting a Golf. The car doesn't have any weaknesses or flaws, really. So the Golf GTI costs $26,000, has 220 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Gets to 60 in 5.9 seconds, and out of all the cars here, it probably has one of the nicest interiors, and it's probably the quietest cars too. Okay, so coming in at number 4 is the Chevy Camaro. Now, the Camaro was obviously traditionally a muscle car, however, it has really changed itself into a sports car. It drives like a sports car. So for under $30K, you can get either the 4-cylinder or the 6-cylinder. I prefer the 6-cylinder. I think it sounds a little bit better, however, if you're looking for agileness and something like that, then the 4-cylinder is the way to go. So the V6 Camaro cost around $27,000. It has 335 horsepower and 284 pound-feet of torque, and it'll hit 60 in 5.2 seconds, which is pretty impressive. The 4-cylinder will cost you about $1,000 or $2 less. You're going to have 295 horsepower or a little bit more torque, and it's going to be slower off the line. Okay, so now we are in our top 3. Can I get a drum roll, please? Right. Okay, so at number 3, we got the Scion FR-S, or the Toyota GT86, or the Subaru BRZ, whatever you want to call it. I want to show you a quick clip that kind of summarizes the car, done by Jeremy Clarkson.
What it will do, though, is put a massive smile on the face of every motoring enthusiast in the world.
So what Jeremy says here is completely true. This car is not that fast in a straight line. In fact, it'll probably get outrun by most 4-cylinder Honda Accords and Toyota Camrys. However, this car is so much fun. Around the corners, it drifts, it's playful. It's one of the best cars for especially a younger person. Just a great all-around car. Can't go wrong with the Scion FR-S. So the Scion FR-S or Toyota GT86 or Subaru BRZ all cost around $26K. It has 200 horsepower, 151 pounds-feet of torque, and it is claimed that it goes 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds. However, having been in one, I think it's a little bit slower, but again, the statistics is not what's important about this car. Okay, so coming in at number 2 is the Ford Mustang EcoBoost. So it's a little bit opposite as the Camaro. I actually think the 4-cylinder is better in the Mustang. The EcoBoost is actually quicker than the 6-cylinder, and the engine is much more refined. And with the 4-cylinder, it really feels like a sports car. It drives extremely well, it's extremely nimble, and it is underratedly comfortable. It's a really comfortable car, and it's just very refined. So the Ford Mustang EcoBoost costs $25,000. It has 310 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, and Ford claims it'll do 0 to 60 in a little bit less than 5 seconds. And I think for the interior that you're getting here and the exterior, considering it's only $25,000, I think it's a really, really good bargain, and that's why it comes number 2 in the list. Okay, and in at number 1 is the Mazda MX-5 Miata. Now, that EcoBoost was good, but it was no Miata. The Miata is a pinnacle of what a sports car should be. It's a 2-seater, it's extremely light, it can carve up a road, we can also take it to the track, easily tunable, just one of the best all-around sports cars on the market, and in my opinion, the best one you can buy currently. So the Miata cost around $25,000. It has 155 horsepower and 148 pound-feet of torque, and it'll hit 60 in 6.1 seconds, but then again, these stats do not matter at all on this car. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is obviously subjective. This was my opinion. Please feel free to let me know in the comments if you think I missed any car or if you thought the order should be any different. And please like the video and subscribe if you like the channel. Also, my next few videos are probably going to be in cars, whether that's acceleration tests, drive-bys, just revving the car, doing reviews. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to turn notifications on and get ready for those. Alright, peace out.